বাবা এখনো কেউ আসেনি? চলো मुझे खुद जाए नोटा गेटिंग कनेक्टेड है ठीक है ठीक चलिए मैडम না না ম্যাডাম ম্যাডাম যখন জিজ্ঞেস দেবেন তখন তুমি এসে একটু মানে ম্যাডামকে ওইটা বলে এটা বলে দেবে ম্যাডামের লিখতে কোনটা এটা না ঠিক আছে
Welcome to CSIR Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute, Kolkata. This is a safety briefing. In the event of any emergency, please remain calm and evacuate through the nearest exit, illuminated on both the sides or through the main entrance of the auditorium. The assembly point is the open space outside this building, adjacent to KD Sharma Multipurpose Hall near the fountain. You are required to comply with these safety instructions in this building to ensure the safety of all. Thank you. CSIR केंद्रीय कांच एवं सिरामिक अनुसंधान संस्थान कोलकाता में आपका स्वागत है। यह एक सुरक्षा ब्रीफिंग है। किसी भी आपात स्थिति में कृपया शांत रहे और सभागार के दोनों तरफ प्रकाशित निकास या मुख्य प्रवेश द्वार से बाहर जाए। असेंबली पॉइंट इस भवन के बाहर खुली जगह पर है, जो फव्वारे के पास केडी शर्मा मल्टीपर्पज हॉल से निकट है। इस भवन में हर किसी की सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित करने के लिए आपको इन सुरक्षा निर्देशों का पालन करना आवश्यक है। धन्यवाद। CSIR কেন্দ্রীয় কাঁচ এবং সেরামিক গবেষণা সংস্থা কলকাতায় স্বাগতম। এটি একটি নিরাপত্তা সংক্রান্ত ঘোষণা। যে কোনো জরুরি পরিস্থিতিতে অনুগ্রহ করে শান্ত থাকুন এবং উভয় পাশে আলোকিত নিকটতম প্রস্থান পথ দিয়ে অথবা অডিটোরিয়ামের প্রধান প্রবেশদ্বার দিয়ে বাহিরে যান। সমাবেশস্থল এই বিল্ডিংয়ের বাইরে খোলা জায়গা কেডি শর্মা মাল্টিপারপাস হলের পাশে ফোয়ারার কাছে। এই ভবনে প্রত্যেকের নিরাপত্তা নিশ্চিত করার জন্য এই নিরাপত্তা নির্দেশাবলী মেনে চলা আবশ্যক। ধন্যবাদ।
A very good morning to you all, and a hearty welcome to all the distinguished guests and everyone else on board to today's program at CSIR Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute, Kolkata. Before we begin, I humbly request you all to please put your phones on silent mode and your microphones muted. Thank you. As you are all aware, CSIR Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute, one of the first 4 institutes to be set up under the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, was formally inaugurated on August 26, 1950, with the mission to provide scientific and industrial research in the field of glass and ceramics that maximizes the economic, environment, and societal benefit for the people of India. Today calls for a double celebration as we, the CGCRI fraternity, celebrate the 73rd foundation day of our beloved institute and also the valediction ceremony of a very successful 1 week, 1 lab program that was formally inaugurated on August 22nd, 2023. To commemorate this day, we also have the Atma Memorial Lecture as a mark of respect to the founder director of CSIR-CGCRI, late Padma Shri Dr. Atma, who later assumed responsibility of Director General of CSIR and finally went on to become the scientific advisor to the Prime Minister on Science and Technology. On this special day, we are honored to have amongst us the highest authority of the Council, Dr. Nandathambi Kalaiselvi, Director General, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, and Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, who will grace the occasion as chief guest and also deliver the 20th Atma Memorial Lecture. Thank you, Madam, for your gracious presence in today's August gathering. We are also delighted to have amongst us our guest of honor, Dr. Debashish Bhattacharjee, Vice President, Technology and R&D, Tata Steel Limited, Kolkata. Thank you, sir, for joining us in our celebrations. May I now request Director General Dr. Kalaiselvi, our chief guest, Dr. Debashish Bhattacharjee, our guest of honor, Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra, Director, Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute, Shri Shitendu Mondol, Chief Scientist and Head, Specialty Glass Division, and Chairman of the 1 week, 1 lab program of CSIR-CGCRI, and Shri Siddhartha Dey, Administrative Officer, CSIR-CGCRI, to kindly come up on the dais and take their seats, please. Thank you. We will now formally inaugurate the program by lighting the ceremonial lamp. Receive our guests with floral reception, and to do the same, I would request Ms. Momita to present a floral bouquet to our chief guest, Dr. Kalai Selvi. Ms. Shucharu will present a floral bouquet to our guest of honor, Dr. Debashish Bhattacharya. May I request Ms. Nusrat to present a floral bouquet to our beloved director, Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra. Ms. Momita will present a floral bouquet to Sri Shitandu Mondal, Chief Scientist, Specialty Glass Division. And Ms. Shucharu will once again present a floral bouquet to our Administrative Officer, Sri Siddhartha Dev. Thank you, girls. May I now request our Director, Madam, Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra, to give the welcome address as well as briefly apprise our audience and guests about the importance of this day.
Very good morning to all of you. Members who have joined here, all the audience who have joined here in physical mode and also online mode. My both centers of Khurja Center and Naroda Center, Ahmedabad, all of you are welcome. RC members, past directors who have joined online and also otherwise physical, I welcome all of them. My hearty welcome to Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General CSIR, our mentor, Secretary DSIR, Government of India. We are very much indebted to you, Madam, that you accepted our invitation. I know how busy you are, and probably you might have cancelled today also someone's personal visit somewhere online address. Thank you very much on the behalf of all of us, and very hearty welcome on the behalf, my personal behalf, as well as on my each colleague's behalf. Dr. Debashish Bhattacharya, VP Tata Steel, thank you. He is my, more than a VP Tata Steel and other things, he's my very close friend too. And I'm very much happy that I told him, please be here on today's day. He came for the OWOL inaugural function, as well as he was the chief guest for our industry mate. Thank you, Dr. Debashish, for coming today for this function. Members at the dais, Mr. Sitendu Mandal, Mr. Siddharth Dev. My fellow director, I am very much thankful that you have joined, and you welcome to you. Dr. Arun Bandopadhyay, Dr. IACB, Director IACB, Dr. Avani Srivastav, Director AMPRI. I am thankful to Dr. Ranjan Sen, Director IACS. I am thankful to Dr. Arjit Datta Chaudhary, Director DG NCSM, and few of the very important, I see Dr. H.S. Maiti, where is sitting? Yeah. Dr. H.S. Maiti, my past, because of their effort, a constant effort of directors which has taken place in such a long history of CSIR-CGCRI, that, and I am blessed with them. They do join for my program of CGCRI. I am really indebted to people who are joining. Dr. H.S. Maiti, thank you very much. Because of your efforts which you made, we all are progressed with time. Thank you. Just before me, I see Dr. Muralidharan. He is always beside me, be it whatever, either he will be in physical mode or he will be in online mode. Thank you, Dr. Muralidharan, that no words to thank you for this, that you are heartily very much welcome in this organization. You are the family, you all are the family member. All RC members, right now I am not able to see with us. If they have joined, I welcome all of them. Today is the day, it's a called, this lab has been a very, very old and has an honor of among the first lab of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Frankly speaking, on the 2 days before, when Dr. Debashis Bhattacharya was, Bandyopadhyay was giving the lecture, he showed very well how CGCRI and CSIR is synonymous, more or less they grew together. It was not known to me very well how it started. But by the way, Dr. Atma, on whom we have today memorial lecture also, which we do on the foundation day, as he was the founder director of this particular lab. He was also a person because of whom, along with the very big dignitaries whom we know, Dr. Santi Swarup Bhatnagar, Dr. M.N. Saha, Dr. C.V. Raman, and many more such dignitaries who played, Dr. Mudaliar, they played a very significant role. Due to that CSIR exists, due to that CGCRI also exists. These all people were involved in establishing CGCRI, and with different committees. If there is a long history, frankly speaking, it starts from 1916, but ultimately the foundation day was foundation stone of this building where we are sitting today. That was done on 24th August 1945. And ultimately, which was the foundation stone was done by Ardarsri Dalal, right? I am a correct name? Ardesi Dalal. He put the foundation stone. And on 26th August, that is today's date, 1950, this building, this lab, finally, as an institute building, it started, and it was inaugurated by no other than B.C. Roy, then Chief Minister of West Bengal, along with the presence of Santi Swarup Bhatnagar, Dr. M.N. Saha, of course, Dr. Atma Ram, Dr. Mudaliar, and many other such dignitaries who has witnessed the inauguration of this particular building. So we are indebted to those who thought about, and reason was that there was a nearby lot of raw materials. There was a need of, because Japan war was there was a need of special glasses which need to be developed, and India was not having that. So that's the way it was felt that a lab which can see the refractories kind of ore, and as well as they can see, because it was required for the steel production, it is also required for the many glass production, and the special glass can be made. That's the way, with that thought, all meeting took place, and ultimately we are very proud that this lab has sustained this. If you all know that CSIR has been made with the aim that while we do the basic and the applied research, we are also supposed to do the industrial research, which can go to that. With that mandate, CSIR was established, and I'm very proud that this lab has served to their best extent in that fulfilling those things, and we are also progressing in that way. Our mindsets have also changed with time. I'm very proud to tell you that Dr. Atma Ram, which is on which the memorial lecture is going to be today, he was the person during the war. There was a need that there is a place in Bajbaj here where the petroleum tanks and petroleum karkhana industry was there, and if it gets fire, how to extinguish that fire. So all the technologies were taking, which was of the UK European technologies were there, that was taking about 3 minutes plus, or around 3 minutes. But it was required very fast so that the fire can be extinguished. This was done none other than by Dr. Atma Ram, which he made and formulated. All of you must be knowing that he was a very big chemist as well as the glass technologist. So he developed a technology which took 53 seconds. And this was the first, and related to this research, as per my knowledge, as I understand, this is the first patent of CSIR. So this also CGCRI has got this thing that CGCRI is the one lab whose first patent in CSIR is from CGCRI. Then later, if you see that railways were needing glasses, a special kind of a glass, space was established almost, they were needing optical glass. And during those time, people were banking. See, with time, other organizations also grew and maybe they're in the limelight more. But remember, with the signature of none other than Santi Swarup Bhatnagar ji, be it the DAE, be it ISRO, be it DRDO, they all have been established with the signature of Dr. Santi Swarup Bhatnagar, and that is the proud we have, that we are of that this. So even during that time, we in 1960, we did at the pilot plant scale of that particular time requirement, the specification of the optical glasses and the red signal which you see today. So that is done by CGCRI. This is the history, and that's the way, that is also another patent in terms of railway and glass development to CSIR is by CGCRI. Like this, we move the journey. Now, not going to the journey or history of the CGCRI, in the last foundation day to this foundation day, we have, as per the mandate and the leadership of Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, DG, CSIR, we have done lot many, and the before year also we did lot many industrial meetings, and out of many you do, everywhere you don't succeed, somewhere you succeed with the with real products, somewhere it goes to talk, it may take much more time. But few of the key achievements I want to tell to this audience and to all of you, the dignitaries, that we in this 1 year, we signed in terms of the SOEC development, which is everywhere, it is in the development. Hydrogen is a area which is everywhere, it is to be talked from the time. We are not much behind, because even the world is working now, started now on SOEC. So we have developed to a certain extent, and QMI, carborundum, they are with us. Very soon, probably you will hear within this year that we are going to get the technology transfer to them on the development of the larger, we are already developing up to 7 meters or so in one go, and that technology will be transferred to QMI, who will be doing the cell fabrication. Technology will be ours very soon. Within, I have told Dr. Jayant Mukhopadhyay, it has to be done by November. I hope he will be doing that. We have, in this period, we have signed MOU in terms of, again, this lab has already technology of the 1 kilowatt SOFC, which everyone knows. In fact, solid oxide fuel cell, only CGCRI has expertise in India, where the polymer fuel cell, our 2 labs of CSIR, they are pioneer. That is one, her directorship probably is also a part of that, along with the lithium ion battery, that is CSIR-CGCRI, and the other one is the NCL on the polymer based fuel cell. And solid oxide fuel cell, where with that base, we have come to an MOU signed, and already project has started. First phase of fund has already come of a 70 crore project between CGCRI, HPCL, and ARCI Hyderabad. We 3 have joined together, and this project have started. The MOU was signed in May 2023. We have come to 2 industries who are working with us for development of the ultimate lasers for the medical purpose. We had the bio-red medicines, we have done for them 30 watt, and now it is going for the 60 and then 100 watt with the LNGs. They are the people who are into the medical laser, medical instrumentation system, where the lasers will be of CGCRI. One prototype has already gone. It is under the medical test has been done, and it has been certified. Further, it needs so that it can go to market. We are in that respect. Another unit of the higher power, I hope within 8 to 9 months, it should go to them, so that this another one, remember, we have already developed, given them, and it is under testing, that is 30 watt, that is for the lithotripsy purpose, and this will be for the tissue evaporation process. Another one, which has been Sahajanand laser, where we are we have tested recently, about 2 months back, that in additive manufacturing, our laser has worked successfully, and I hope this will be included in the laser additive manufacturing. Like this, if I count, there are many in terms of the strategic. We are running many big projects in terms of optical glass, where there is for the space, already pilot plant scale we have made. The glasses will be, set of glasses have been made of the quality which is required for the ISRO. For the 5-liter scale, we are going to start it. One batch has gone. ISRO people came last to, I think, 10 days back. They are very happy with our progress. Similarly, in the atomic energy we are into, you all know that for different kind of glasses and the laser glass we are doing. Like this, we have many more story, and we will be, only I can tell that with the help of CSIR headquarters and your motivating words, along with the help of the industries, we and the actual workhorse of my people of CGCRI, we are trying our best so that we can really say CSIR is proud of this. And laser is one of the area, fiber optical laser is one of the area. There is nowhere we have done the, anybody else can come into this area in India. Indigenization of it. Of course, imported you can very well do. Another lot of things have gone, which I am very happy to share with you, that we are well known for the FBG sensors. One of the success stories with Tata Steel, they know very well. Another few success stories are that NTPC has very well accepted our 2 kind of a sensor. One is FBG based sensor, other is moisture sensor for their transfer. And they have implemented at many of their plant. Recently only FBG sensors were done. In another plant they wanted, that has also, we are working to. One good thing where your intervention will be much more useful to us. We did the pantograph, which goes, which today in railways there is no pantograph which has got any sensor, and all the health monitoring is done by manually through some stick, or manually one person goes, and it's such a huge railway. If we are able, and we proved it, that you can put the sensors on the pantograph, which can do the health monitoring online, IoT based, sitting at your room or at the railway office, or even on the running train. One bogie can be given, and we tested it thanks to the Sialda region railway officials. We tested it for 65 kilometers, and it gave very well. So they were very impressed. We have presented, my team has gone and presented twice to RDSO, and in principle, right now I don't have a paper, I am waiting for the paper. They have in principle agreed to put in Vande Bharat train. If we succeed, your few words to those people, those ministry, it will be not only for CGCRI, probably it will be because no sensors are there today in any train in pantograph. And this will be a great thing for in terms of our recognition, in terms of usefulness of such technologies. With these words, few words, I would also like to tell you today is not only an occasion of on the 73rd Foundation Day, we have a Atma Memorial Lecture, and already I have told who was he. And today, which has been given, this is the 20th Atmaram lecture. It was instituted by my earlier directors. Exactly, I do not know, but if I count 20th, probably it's just Dr. Maiti or some who instituted this. Just I am seeing the count, his period, other directors' period. I feel that it was Dr. H.S. Maiti who might have instituted this lecture, Atmaram Memorial Lecture, and we are very happy. All very high dignitaries have only given this lecture. I am very happy that Dr. Kalai Selvi is today delivering that same lecture. It's not only for honor for her, probably it is honor for us also very much. Thank you very much for accepting that. Another thing which is today, already Debashri has told that we are concluding OWOL. In the OWOL program, The first day we had the industry meet along with the inaugural session, the curtain raiser one. We have about 30 industry. Dr. Debashri Bhattacharya was the chief guest, and he addressed, and a lot of interactions have taken place. Still, we are what they want. We have already taken. The gist will be making. Of course, the copy goes as a report to CSIR headquarters. The second day, about 127 or 130, a kind of one, probably 127 is the exact number. Such MTech, PhD, and some of the BTech students, that means higher study students, came to the CGCRI and it was addressed to them. Different interactions took place. The third day, artisans of which are of all level, NGOs, plus very small entrepreneurs, they all came, about 90 numbers. That program was there. Yesterday, this was the Student Connect program. And of course, we are also telling it's a Jigyasa program under OWOL, because Jigyasa is one of the Government of India and CSIR very important program for the School Connect. We had 320 students from the different school in this hall. Yesterday whole day they have so many interactions. Some of the directors of CSIR, one of the faculty was Dr. Arun Bandyopadhyay, Dr. Sriram, Dr. CLRI. They all came, and other few from the surrounding and our own colleagues interacted with him. And today is yours day, madam. Thank you very much. And this is today is also one more very important. Sorry, I'm taking a welcome address little more, because after I am director, I want to sell my lab. I have to tell about my lab, because my people have worked very much for. Today, this was the dream for me when I joined here. A museum is going to be, which was inaugurated about last year, June sometime, no, 1.5 years or so before it was inaugurated, when it was just coming build up. I'm very happy that today she will be opening to the public that museum, and I hope you will surely like it once you go there. And in this connection, I am very much thankful to DG, Director General, National Council of Science Museum, Dr. Arijit Chaudhary, Dr. Mr. Samarendra Kumar, is a Samarendra Kumarji, who is not only NCSA member, but also he, as from CSIR, he is the advisory board member of this development of this archive plus museum. And there is another girl, another lady, I don't know where she is sitting. She was a curator. Thank you. She is Miss Hamlet Guria. And these three people were one of the main who helped us to come to this stage. We are thankful on the behalf of all of us. We are telling you. With these few words, once again, I welcome all of you, and I look forward to the proceedings of the today's day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for the detailed insight. May I now invite our guest of honor, Dr. Debashri Bhattacharya, to say a few words to the audience, please.
Dr. Kalaiselvi, very good morning to you. It's a great personal pleasure and an honor to be sharing the dais with you. We keep missing each other. Either in Delhi or down south in Sikri, but in Calcutta, right in the middle of the latitudes of the country, we meet. So thank you very much. And thank you very much, Dr. Suman Misra, for inviting me. This is twice in a week that I visited CGCRI. I think that, in a way, starts making up for my absence in the last 1 year.
Yeah, I was trying for him for 2.5 years last.
Oh, 2.5 years. Yeah, so it's always a pleasure to be here. Time doesn't always permit, but I'm delighted to be here, and thank you for inviting me. Dr. Shitendra Mondal, Mr. Deb, Dr. Maiti, directors of other CSIR labs, Dr. Ranjan Sen, other dignitaries in the audience, a very good morning to you all. I've been here at the beginning of the 1 week, 1 lab program. I think the success of that program is measured in how you can reach out to industry and other stakeholders. You have reached out very successfully. I'm back again on the closing day of 1 week, 1 lab program. I mentioned that day that the CGCRI has contributed immensely to the society and to industry, and I don't want to repeat what has been said, but I can always, with pleasure and pride, repeat what CGCRI has done recently to Tata Steel. So there was this. We have casters where hot steel is cast into billets and slabs. Our billet caster didn't have good temperature control systems because of the high temperature and non-availability of proper measurement systems. With CGCRI's help and with NML, we instituted the fiber brack grating system. And it has been successfully running for at least the last 1.5 years, saving us downtime and materials and maintenance because breakouts don't happen. And it has, this total savings has gone into hundreds of crores. So thank you very much. I think CGCRI should give itself a big round of applause for that. So, this also has got Tata Group level recognition at the Innovista Awards in Mumbai, given by the chairman himself. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to also acknowledge and mention Dr. Muralidharan, who I should. Good morning, Dr. Muralidharan. And it was in your time that this was initiated. The fiber brack grating initiative. In that talk 1 week back or less than a week back, I mentioned that we have initiatives in hydrogen and deep decarbonization. And I was hoping that CGCRI, through the materials initiative, contribute to us in the deep decarbonization and hydrogen especially. And I mentioned how the conventional PEM cells, the electrolyzers, and the alkaline electrolyzers are inefficient because of their limit to 50%, 60% efficiency. And we look forward to upscaling and commercialization of SOECs. Knowing well that SOFC was already existing in CGCRI, and perhaps the only institute in India. And lo and behold, I was taken around after the event, and I saw the first SOEC stack. So that was a very pleasant surprise, and I wish CGCRI all the success with SOEC. And I'm sure for static applications, especially in industry which has a lot of heat to spare, this would be a winning electrolytic system because the efficiencies can go up as much as to 100%. It will definitely be a winning electrolytic cell solution for cheap green hydrogen. I was also very pleasantly surprised to see the work that is being done in batteries, where they're trying to replace environmentally damaging polymeric films with paper-based separator films. And I think, again, that will be a winner solution in the battery field, not only from a sustainability point of view, but also from a cost of battery point of view. Now, I don't want to stand between the audience and your talk. Right? You're all here to listen to you, Dr. Kalaiselvi. So again, thanking CGCRI and thanking CGCRI and the director of CGCRI for inviting me here. And looking forward to a new energy that I saw 1 week back, and the energy with which the director sold, within inverted commas, the capabilities. And it is very important that we market our OWOL is all about marketing the capabilities. And so Director CGCRI, I wish you all the success beyond OWOL. I surely will come back again and look at newer technologies that are being incubated in the labs of CGCRI. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best in the future.
Actually, we want that Tata Steel to sit in CGCRI for taking technologies. That will be the great thing for us.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now invite Shri Shitandu Mondal, Chief Scientist and Head Specialty Glass Division, to formally introduce our chief guest, Dr. Kalaiselvi, to the audience and invite her to deliver the 20th Atma Memorial Lecture.
Thank you, Devashree. Respected dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries in the audience part, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I don't want to invest much time to introduce our chief guest because he is very known to us. She is occupying very important position in the CSIR system. She visited CGCRI already once in this year in the month of February. But still it is my duty to introduce today's speaker because her research experiences, academic and national awards, recognitions will be inspiring definitely to the young leaders, to the young minds, and particularly for the students. Dr. Kalai Selvi, after completing her PhD from Annamalai University, he joined in CSIR as director, and she is having more than 25 years of research experience, specifically on the electrochemical power systems, and in particular the development of the electrode materials, custom design synthesis methods, electrochemical evaluation of in-house prepared electrode materials, so and so forth, for their finding application in the energy storage devices assembly. Her research interests include lithium and beyond lithium batteries, supercapacitors and waste to wealth is there. She has executed numerous. I am getting afraid.
You don't get offended, I will start.
No. Okay. So now I am excited. Let me introduce. Yeah. So, yes, madam. She has executed the numerous extramural research projects, and she was a part of MNRE initiated mobility mission concept, and is the theme director of energy and energy devices E2D of CSIR. She has more than 135 research papers and 6 patents to her credit, guided 12 PhD students, and the recipient of many prestigious awards and recognitions, including MRSI, CSIR Raman Research Fellowship, INSA NRF Exchange Award, Brain Pool Fellowship of Korea, the Most Inspiring Women Scientist Award, and CV Raman Mahalia Vigyan Puraskar, etc. She has assumed charge as Secretary DSIR, Government of India, and Director General at CSIR New Delhi on August 8th in the year 2022. Dr. Kalai Selvi is the first woman director and DG CSIR. She is working as Director CSIR Central Electrochemical Research Institute before to that. With this small brief, now request our chief guest, Dr. Kalai Selvi, to speak.
Thank you.
So I finished. I think half a minute.
Yes.
You are agreeing?
Yes.
Madam.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant morning to every one of you. First of all, many more happy returns of the day to CGCRI family. 73rd Foundation Day. So this institute should really celebrate number of foundation days with lot more success records. I think today she has already started. She sold it so nicely, which was endorsed by a great industrialist from Tata Steels. And this history, success history, should continue with that kind of a best wishes. I'm really glad, excited, more than happy. And the excitement of Kalai Selvi is a number of times greater than the excitement from your side, because I'm only harvesting all the energies by standing here as one person. That's why my happiness index is always a number of times. So thank you so much, Dr. Suman Mishra, for the nice opportunity that is created and given to me. Before I just move on to Atmaram Memorial Lecture, I just take this opportunity to share a few of my thoughts with you as CSIR family members. I can move around and talk, right? Okay. So first thing is, this is my second visit to CGCRI, and most of the faces look like little familiar to me. And she made it very sure that Kalai Selvi should not forget many topics, and therefore she started from SOEC, SOFC, then all sensors, then fiber optics laces, and her success story that she is really dreaming with respect to CGCRI, CMERI collaboration in ceramic additive manufacturing. All the success stories I remember, but thanks for the great updates. Please clap for your own success. Friends, to what extent you believe, I don't know, by sitting in Delhi, I'm really thoroughly relishing the great and dynamic leadership of many directors in the laboratories, for which CGCRI is not an exception. Suman has made lot of tremendous success stories by taking advantage of Professor Methi and Dr. Muralidharan. So because I should really dedicate whatever you are today and we are today, because they all laid the foundation, certain activities were initiated, but normally we say that a good start is half work done. But who will take care of the remaining half work? So that is where I think, Suman, you have done a wonderful job, and you made it to 100% sure that this laboratory is working in synergy, in harmony, with a great integrity. All of you have taken up this laboratory to this particular level. And when she was talking about Professor Atma also, I really got goosebumps and all, because when the Americans were talking about 3 minutes fire put of time, and he came up with less than 1 minute, which is a great track record. Meaning is, maybe when you started your 1 week, 1 lab, India was found only on the earth. But before you complete your 1 week, 1 lab, India is found in moon also. So this is the kind of global impact now country is looking for, demonstrating and harvesting. We may think that now only we make all these global impacts. No, it was done even during the great visionary leader's time also. He has created global remark at that point of time also. But I think now, just because ISRO's success has taken India to a different level, now the expectation bar is also getting escalated for the remaining disciplines of science and technology. I think it's a great positive pressure. Now wherever I go as Secretary of DSIR, the first question being asked is, now ISRO has done something. What is it that you will come up with some kind of a great accomplishment by means of which India will feel proud and India will be recognized in the global arena? And so friends, it is not Kalai Selvi who alone can do on her own. So my dependence on you is now again getting multifold, because now we have to prove as one CSIR family. It's a big family, 37 laboratories, great pride. 80 years have gone, 8 decades of science and technology, expertise is there, capability is there. Therefore, with all these things, taking into account of all these things, what is it that now we can do to the country? We can do to the country, especially for its critical needs. That is a very important thing, because she rightly mentioned that only Japanese were doing this kind of a glass, but India was not having that kind of a technology. Therefore, it was at that point of time that we should come up with our own indigenized technology, and therefore this history is getting repeated now because of some geopolitical reasons. Again, every country is now started believing on self-reliance. Therefore, this is the time, critical time. India is passing through the very important era. Even though you call it as Amrit Kaal, I would say this is the most challenging period. So during this challenging period, I just told with the senior HODs today morning, please list out what are the 10 critical requirements and challenges of this country to get its global recognition. So please list out 10 critical challenges. Then you narrow down your analysis in such a way, among the 10, what is it that one challenge which could be addressed only by CGCRI and not by any other researcher in the country, including any other CSIR laboratory. Meaning is, this is where you can come up with your unique research. Please find out that. I'm just leaving it as a homework or a question. I'm just throwing this question. Please take some time, have some kind of a brainstorming, and come up with a list of 10 critical challenges. Finally, make DG to understand that this is one challenge which could be done only by CGCRI. Don't get stopped with that. Then you start doing it and also come up with a success story. So this is my only appeal on this particular day. And once again, I should really thank Dr. Suman because it is the golden opportunity for the DG CSIR to deliver the great Atma Memorial Lecture, and that too the 20th lecture. And I consider that as a great opportunity, and CSIR is proud of that particular opportunity that is given to DG CSIR. Now, one more point I just want to share with each and every one of you. So Suman, when she was talking about all the technologies, she was just talking about very many industries, whether it is BPCL or ARCI or Tata Steel, and she was going on talking about even this carborundum also. So all these industries now started believing CGCRI means. I also witnessed, because last week I was in ARCI Hyderabad. So they were all telling that, yeah, we are coming up with this kind of SOEC, wherein they said CGCRI is also there. So I said I knew that because she made me to be aware of this fact maybe a few months back itself. So I think this is the golden period, and now countries encouraging the relationship between the research organizations and industries along with academia. To what extent we are going to encash these opportunities is the challenge. Please make use of this challenge and consider it as an opportunity, because my talk also today will be just showcasing what are the challenges and how best you can make it as opportunities, or how best you can make use of the opportunities to address those challenges. So this is the direction in which I'm going to just talk today. So the thing is sustainable development goals. All of us, we know that United Nations, so they have come up with the 17 sustainable development goals, only to just consider the globe should have a bright and a sustainable future. With that kind of an objective, sustainable development goals have been framed by the UN, and India has completely agreed upon with this kind of SDGs. And therefore, today in this Atma Memorial Lecture, I take this opportunity to share my thoughts, especially in this direction on this particular day. First, I thought that I can also share few lines about Professor Atma Rao, but all of you are fully aware of it, and we have already recalled what are the great accomplishments that have been done by Professor Atma Rao. Therefore, we will just directly go to the talk. So if you just see the Sustainable Development Goals, there are some facts. What are those facts? 17 SDGs are there. I think all of you are aware of it, SDG 1 to SDG 17. So all these have been adopted by the UN in the year 2015. And they made the universal call for the action with an objective to put an end to poverty and to protect the planet. Today, the biggest challenge is how long this planet or the earth is going to be really available for a safe living. This is the $1,000 million worth question. Therefore, to address that only, this kind of an universal call has been already made. So by 2030, this is the aim. All people in the world should have the, I would say, the opportunity to enjoy the peace as well as the prosperity. And India is also as a developing country, maybe within few years we will become the developed country, but now we are at the stage of developing country. We have also committed to meet SDGs. Friends, I do not know how many of you have seen one cartoon that has appeared, and that was given by New York Times. That cartoon is not a healthy cartoon about India. It's a great criticism. So there is a meeting room. In the boardroom, everybody is sitting with a newspaper, and they're all reading about India's mission plans. And that room door is getting knocked by an Indian. The picture says it's like an Indian farmer. He goes with his cattle and he is knocking, knock, knock. This is the cartoon. This cartoon was published sometimes back. Many of us, we really felt very bad about that cartoon. But now the cartoon has no meaning. Because we have not only knocked, we have already demonstrated. So we have landed soft, smooth, safe landing. And therefore now India's footprint is there. We need not wait for a boardroom. Therefore, this is how we have to create history. This is how we have to make certain criticisms and comments to, they should not have any further life. They should not have any further merit. So now Indian science, Indian space science has really created a totally new history, and therefore with that kind of a strength, now our aims, our confidence, our energy level to meet out the sustainable development goals should be multiplexed. So most of you may be aware of this particular publication. So this talks about the formulations, science, technology and innovation. This could also be used as a tool. There are several ways of accomplishing this sustainable development goal, and it is clearly written that STI, science, technology and innovation, that is one of the very important tools to achieve the sustainable development goals. And there, what are the formulations which are required? That has been, it's around a 23-page report. If at all somebody is interested, please go through the report. It is very, very interesting. So in the 2030 agenda for sustainable development, it is unanimously accepted. That is very, very important. In the year 2015, that STI is one of the 7 key actions. So what are the 7 key action areas? Please go through that. It's only a 23-page report. So this is one of the very important, one among the 7 important areas by means of which we can reach the sustainable development goals. So this slide I need not explain, because all of you are aware that 1 to 17, what are the different, it starts from poverty and it goes up to partnerships for the goals. So when it comes to partnership, I think this 1 week, 1 lab is the greatest platform that demonstrates our participation with industry, society, startup, MSME and entrepreneurs, apart from students, researchers and general public. As all of you know, CSIR, we are working under 8 different themes, and all the themes in one way or the other, they find their relevance with the minimum of 3 to 5 sustainable development goals. I am not going to explain what are those areas. So now I'll just showcase you what is the future or what is the opportunity that is available for every theme. No doubt this particular lab, even though you are working on glass and ceramics, I always used to wonder. In English, there is one word called oxymoron. So glass is kind of a tender thing. You will say handle with care. Whereas ceramic, you need not worry about it. But this particular laboratory, you are handling both glass as well as ceramics. And you are now trying to use all your scientific inputs in other areas also, because when she was talking about medical instrumentation, because your lasers are finding their application in medical instrumentation. Again, you are working in a big way with respect to batteries. Again, your paper-based membrane electrodes. Instead of membrane paper-based to electrolytes, ceramic electrolytes. So all these points are really demonstrating that you are not getting yourself stopped only with glass or with ceramics, but also you just make it as an applied research, translational research, and you are finding your footprints in maximum thematic areas. So first one is aerospace, electronics, instrumentation and strategic sector. Again, as all of us know, NAL is working, CIRI, CSIO, but along with them, I think you can also play a very great role with respect to instrumentation. And now, left hand side, I am just talking about what are the Government of India schemes that are available for that. And right hand side, I have given to what extent they are finding their correlation with the sustainable development goals. So for this theme, at least we have 4 different things. One is Atma Bharat, second one is Udaan, and the third one is Gartak Fiber Scheme, that is 2020, and the last one is Smart City. So these 4 are able to at least correlate and get themselves justified with respect to 4 different SDGs. Second one is E3OW. So Har Ghar Jal, that is Jal Jeevan Mission. NGRI is really, they have completed the phase 1 with the heliborne technology. Now they have taken up the phase 2 also. So even though NGRI is leading that one, other laboratories are also finding their participation in that one. And Namami Gange and Swachhata Bharat, all these Government of India announcements, again they are finding their application with respect to 5 different SDGs. And the third one is E2D, energy and energy related devices. So starting from PLI scheme or the nation's recently announced National Hydrogen Mission, here also friends we should feel very proud. Government announced the National Hydrogen Mission, Green Hydrogen Mission only this year. But we from CSIR, we started our Green Hydrogen Mission 1.5 years back itself. We already started thinking how best hydrogen could be generated, how best hydrogen could be used in different applications, and what are the different ways by means of which hydrogen can be stored. So this hydrogen, whether it is a hydrogen mission or PLI scheme, everywhere a minimum of 3 SDGs are getting correlated. Chemicals, including petrochemicals, including leather and petrochemicals. Leather, I think this is one area we are now making a difference. Today, whatever footwear that we are using, you and me, whether it is male or female, whatever we are using till date, either we follow the European model or we follow the French model. It is not Indian footwear at all. Therefore, with the help of DPIIT's financial support, CSIR also supported our CLRI. So we can always proudly say India's leather technologies, it is only CLRI's leather technology. And leather is many a times becoming an arguably interesting subject. Now we are making it as an interesting subject, not arguably interesting subject, by way of coming up with technologies like water-free tanning, water-free leather technologies, chrome-free leather technologies. We are coming up with now a big way, in a big way, we are going to have leather fashion studio also in CLRI. And friends, I would say for the past 3 decades, meaning is 30 years, the colors that are given by India, Indian leather, it is every time getting accepted and it is winning award also in the global scenario. For the past 30 years, we are continuously winning that award. So this much impact we are able to create in the leather industry. And also this is the first time with the help of DPIIT and CSIR, now they have already completed more than 1.5 lakh footwear measurement, and now they have realized for Indians, be it male or female, whether it is a kid or an adult, whomsoever it may be, normally we used to take into account of only length and breadth. Now they have considered the other parameters also, the comfort zones, age-related parameters, also the medical parameters, and especially hormonal imbalance related things are also now getting involved. And this is how now we are going to have all these science and technology related factors, lifestyle factors, because now leather is going to become the lifestyle apparel. So to that extent, Indian leather industry is growing. Therefore, this chemicals and petrochemicals theme, this is finding its application with respect to a minimum of 4 sustainable development goals. And I would say, again, when we talk about chemicals, recently the Honorable Prime Minister dedicated a huge facility, 10,000 tons per annum hydrogen hydrate producing facility. He dedicated it to the nation, and it is the technology of CSIR IICT. So this technology is the topmost technology of this current year, because it has reached up to the Prime Minister's office, and Prime Minister himself, he dedicated that industry, and the industry has started producing on its full scale today the hydrogen hydrate. So these are the few important things wherein this particular theme, they have also made use of the theme's challenges, and still we have lot more scopes. Agri, Nutri, Biotech, I need not even say, because CSIR is known for our aroma mission, our floriculture mission, our lemongrass success story, purple revolution success story, then Anna apple. So all these success stories, we have already reached up to Prime Minister's Mann Ki Baat, not one time, a minimum of 3 times. Once purple revolution, once lemongrass, and one Anna apple also. So to that extent, through Mann Ki Baat, we have reached the society also. Whenever Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister says that the income of farmers of this country should be doubled, we have taken it very seriously. And I fondly used to now call that, now CSIR has made a total change even in the attire of Indian farmers, because if you just happen to see Pallav Bagla's one video, there the video is titled as 21st Century Farmer. So farmer means normally we will have one kind of an imagination. The attire is totally different. His appearance is different. His apprehension is also different. But if you just happen to see, today you can see that. You just Google and see 21st Century Farmer, the WhatsApp thing through Pallav Bagla. There suddenly one farmer appears. He is coming up with a coat suit and a tie, and he talks about all science and technology. He talks English and Hindi. So the 21st Century Farmer, he knows different languages, as good as at least DG, minimum 2 languages, 3 languages in 21st Century Farmer also knows. And he talks in his own way science and technology, and he believes that science and technology alone can help him, not only for his development but also for the growth of the country. So to that extent, now CSIR has taken this aroma mission, taken the floriculture mission. We have made the farmers to be aware that the aroma and the cash crops could also really make changes in their life, and therefore all these programs, whether it is Digital India or National Mission for a Green India, I would say even Millet Mission. This year being the millet year, we also recently came up with a kind of a millet mission that got initiated. Country is also coming up with a number of programs on millet. Even though we have lot of traditional ideas and expertise in millets, this is the first time we are also exploring and recalling all our capabilities. So by all means, I think we may be able to ensure in the coming days zero hunger, no poverty, good health and climate action. So apart from that, one more important thing you should see is, there is a point on climate change. You can ask me in what way agri-bio-nutritech can be correlated with the climate change. We are coming up with climate resilient crops. Not only crops, once upon a time apple means you have to go to Kashmir or some place wherein only you can get good quality apples. Now apples are getting cultivated in Northeast also. To that extent, CSIR's mission has made changes in the country for even apple production. Healthcare, I need not even say, because COVID time, all of us we rose to the occasion, and the kind of announcements I need not say, all of you are aware. And recently, I would say, sickle cell anemia. Actually, Honorable Prime Minister also made, I think in 1 or 2 places, he made a mention about sickle cell anemia. The Honorable Finance Minister, during her budget speech, she made an announcement on sickle cell anemia, and she made all of us to understand that some crores of money has also been allocated just to put a full stop to the sickle cell anemia related issues of this country. And just by looking at that particular report, we from CSIR, we started writing to the Prime Minister's office and Niti Aayog, and with the Professor V.K. Paul's chairmanship, now CSIR is taking series of meetings, and we made the country to be aware of the fact that we have already screened more than 1 lakh people for their sickle cell anemia symptoms. Initially, people thought that no, that kind of a screening is not done. But now we have gone even beyond 25 lakh citizens have been already screened for sickle cell anemia. So screening is one area. And second one, we from our own laboratories, we are trying to develop drugs for sickle cell anemia. And the third one is we use CRISPR technology also for sickle cell anemia. So these are the 3 areas in which we are now working with respect to sickle cell anemia, and we are now making the nation to be aware of the fact that we are into that. And apart from COVID, now we are entering into the sickle cell anemia also in a big way, number 1. Second thing is, whatever surveillance, wastewater surveillance, we were doing it during COVID time. We even got this Golden Peacock Award in appreciation of that work. At Bangalore, CSIR was honored with that Golden Peacock Award, mainly for that surveillance with respect to wastewater. Now we are thinking, can we just repurpose it? Can we just reconsider it and redirect it and repurpose it for dengue identification also? Meaning is, through wastewater surveillance, can we do a perfect and a successful survey for dengue? So that is also happening. And the third very important thing is vaccine vial machines. In the country, or I would say in the globe, there is only one company who is really having the best control with respect to vaccine vial. But now we have entered into that one, because again, thanks to the lab called NIST Thiruvananthapuram, a great team, they made a presentation. They won the confidence of Niti Aayog, ICMR, BIRAC and all the private industries also. With the help of one private industry, now CSIR is going to enter into this VVM also. So that much we are bringing in healthcare related challenges. I think we may be able to assure, because Honorable Prime Minister, when he talks about One Health, I always used to say it is not only human health, but also animal health, plant health, soil health, and we have to include even data health also, and CSIR is doing that one. And forum, I need not even say, because NML, IMMT, few laboratories, CSIR-CGCRI and few other laboratories, they are doing wonderfully in forum. So these are the few announcements that government has given, and we are now coming up with number of success stories just to fulfill the sustainable development goals. Yesterday, I think how many of you attended Professor Balram's lecture, I don't know. Towards the concluding remarks, I also made a mention. So far, we were thinking that the Third World War, if at all it happens, it is going to be only for water. But we are now getting sensitization that if at all Third World War happens, it may be for water, but at the same time, it may be for even metals. Because slowly countries are started making metals in their possession, and therefore there is one point of time that India may not have access to few metals. That's why I think now periodic table has to be now read with a totally different kind of a concentration. How much we are strong as a country as on date with respect to different metals, non-metals, transition metals, rare earth metals. Because our good friend China has already started coming up with a big plan on rare earths also. Because long time back they have made in their possession quite a good amount of steel. The entire world's steel requirement has been possessed by them long time back. Now they are entering into rare earth also. Therefore, to what extent we are also getting ourselves prepared, we have to think about, and therefore these are the challenges and opportunities. If at all we come up with success stories, and so far people were talking that India is using a lot of mobile phone users, lithium batteries are used, there is no lithium, how India is going to survive? But Mother Nature is always, she is so kind. She made us to understand that, hey guys, it is already there in your place also. We were living with lithium. We never knew that we were living with lithium. Now we understood. We are made to understand that lithium is available in the country. So now our confidence level is going up. People say that because once upon a time we said it is only ABC formula, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. These are the three places. No. I think now India is becoming the fourth place, not only in the moon, but also in lithium chemistry. But we have to now make use of the extraction and utility. Civil infrastructure, I need not say, because whichever town or city, whether it is a Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 city, wherever you go, some construction is going on. Road construction, bridge construction, house construction, office construction, everywhere something is getting constructed. This thanks to again smart city program of this country. Again, we will be able to come up with number of SDGs. Again, I have used climate action here. Why? Many a times we think that climate change could be solved by growing number of plants. Sometimes we feel that if at all CO2 is absorbed by means of an adsorbing material, by keeping many smoke towers, CO2 could be absorbed, then it could be recycled. I also asked our team to just follow the Remura model. And good that these people, they came back and told me 2 days back, ma'am, we have now understood what is this Remura model. We are going to do it in CSIR also. So CO2 absorption is happening in another direction. The third important point is, can we construct buildings? The buildings themselves should be able to absorb carbon dioxide. So you can immediately ask, ma'am, what the hell you are talking? Because it is a RCC structure, inside there is going to be a steel rod and the concrete will have steel, and therefore if CO2 gets inside, then it is going to have the CO2 induced corrosion. Do you really mean? You may ask me. Yes, I mean that. In that case, instead of steel rods, you have to come up with the glass fiber rods. Therefore, it is whose future? It is this lab's future. So you can think about in that direction. Now you start discussing with our CIE team also, start discussing with CBRI people, start discussing with SCRC, and you please find out, I have already given it as a homework to CBRI, climate resilient buildings they have to come up with. CO2 absorbing materials, can they be used as a building construction material? Can the building itself can absorb CO2 without even giving any damage to its structure? I think that is where the glass fiber technology will also be coming into utility. Therefore, I urge you to just have discussions by means of which we can put a full stop to climate action. So the CSIR Vision 2030 and UN SDGs, it has shared or aligned objectives. I have already explained how we are getting our share and how we are finding our alignment. Everything is a goal-oriented partnership, because whatever we do, end of the day, if there is no taker, I think there's no meaning at all. Just 4 days back, I was there in SIMFA's 1 week, 1 lab at Ranchi. And I was so amazed, thrilled and excited to see that unlike laboratory people sitting here decorating the audience, SIMFAR was having it in Ranchi, and the entire auditorium was decorated by industry participation. All of them were industry participation, with maybe 10 to 15 only was from SIMFAR. Meaning is either they have taken the technology, or they are interested in the technology, or they want to renew their license. So that kind of industry response was overwhelming. Arun was also there, and it was really encouraging, because we have now realized that this kind of a partnership is very, very important. But now we are talking about here for SDGs, global partnership is needed. To what extent we are having partnership across all the countries, I think many of you are doing some justice, but we have to strengthen that. And the last one is synergies between Indian traditional knowledge. Even though we have a TKDL, which is nothing but a traditional knowledge digital library, to what extent we just try to correlate our traditional technologies and knowledge base with the modern science and technology. That is where I think all of us can really have a relook or a revisit also, by means of which we will be able to come up with the new definition of SDGs and CSIR's approach. And of course, building STI capabilities, that is the next one. This one is almost everyone is aware. CSIR is now ready with the CSIR 2030 mission. When country is talking about India at 2047, we have already made ready CSIR 2030 mission, because thanks to Dr. Shekhar Mande, during his time itself we completed that exercise. So the mission is very, very simple. So all of you should recall this mission, globally competitive Indian science. This is what Professor Atma also has done in those days itself. Globally competitive Indian science he has done for self-sufficiency and global leadership. So this is our national vision 2047, which is known to all of you. So I have given 2030 vision, to what extent it is getting its alignment with the national vision 2047. So it is very, very simple, whether it is Tech India or Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliance or inclusive India or carbon neutral India, everywhere we are finding our relevance. Now last 2-3 slides, I think I have a special message for you, because now I just want to give you, especially in the name of Professor Atmaram, please take up some challenge for next 7 years. You can ask me why 7 years, because I am taking 2030, vision 2030, we are left with only 7 years. 7 is an interesting number, I need not say. 7 days of the week, 7 seas, 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 continents, 7 wonders of the world, 7 habits for 48 days. I think that is the ultimate the change that will be happening in everyone's life. So this 7, why it is important? In the case of healthcare, these are the challenges, you have to make them as opportunities. Affordable health care, yes, you have to take care of. Preventive health care, Honorable Prime Minister is asking to what extent you are getting yourself prepared to mitigate the upcoming or the next decade pandemics, if so. So he is all the time asking us, do you have that kind of a preparedness? So that is preventive health care, early detection and diagnosis that is going on. So pandemics and endemics remaining as a challenge, because even now we don't know whether we will have one more endemic or pandemic, we have no idea. That's why sickle cell anemia, we feel that it should not, maybe now itself it may be an endemic, it should not become, it cannot become a pandemic all of a sudden, but it should not even grow as endemic. That is the very important thing. That's why sickle cell anemia is coming. So for healthcare team, in my opinion, these are the opportunities. We learnt a lot from COVID-19, and now we know with respect to IGIB's capabilities, our preparedness for endemic and pandemics. And we have also leveraged our digital technologies to some extent during COVID time. Now we have more ideas. Personalized wellness solution, now everybody is talking about, and CSIR is also coming up with number of personal care related solutions. Sickle cell anemia, I already made you to understand. And integrating traditional medical system, we are coming up with one area called even Genomics. So combining Ayurveda and genome sequencing, so we just call it as Genomics, that is also coming up from IGIB. So for the second thing, environment, climate change, water security is a challenge, because I already told the Third World War, many a times people believe it is because of, it may be due to water, air pollution, waste management, and I'm having some announcement for you for waste management, agriculture and biodiversity. So just because even CSIR also understood that waste management is a big issue, now Waste to Wealth project, mission project has been approved just yesterday, wherein you are the nodal laboratory. So I should again congratulate Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra only, because during this directors conference in the month of October 2022, when we were talking about the new missions, I just told, without even anybody raising the question, I said that we will be coming up with one mission called Waste to Wealth mission. And I was just asking who will be interested to lead. Immediately she came and she said, I will take up the lead. So it was given to her, and she has done a wonderful job, and she has collected now the complete CSIR's efforts. They have been consolidated, and it has taken a shape. And after rigorous screening and evaluation, now the project is finalized, and yesterday it got even approved also. Maybe tomorrow or day after, I mean Monday or Tuesday, you will get the OM. So with respect to opportunities, we have heliborne, we have rejuvenation of water bodies. So this is some kind of a justice that we do. Waste to Wealth, now expectation is more on you. Soil health, already our labs are working. Community participation platforms, I think if you just go to labs like IHBT or IIM Jammu or CIMAP or NBRA Lucknow, the way they are working with farmers is very, very amazing. They are not sitting inside the laboratory, whereas they go to the field, they handhold, and they all the time travel with the farmers and even with NGOs. And predictive analysis also with respect to climate change they do. And in the case of energy, please understand this one, because you are working on SOEC, SOFC, and also on batteries. Even today, statistics says that 30 million people are living without power. I do not know to what extent it is a correct statement, but it is available in the net. And transmission and distribution losses, today also, we have not addressed it in a big way. And coal, again, I should thank Debashish ji, because he one day told that coal, I used to say coal cannot be a forgotten story even in the year 2050. He also said that coal is playing a major role with respect to steel industry. But if at all we are able to come up with a kind of a technology wherein coal is not at all required, I think that is a great path-breaking, I would say, research for Tata Steels. Oil, again, vehicular consumption, even though we come up with some kind of a blending in terms of 10%, 15%, thanks to IIP, I think we have number of miles, several thousands of miles we are supposed to now prove. We have already proven few kilometers and few flying hours. We have to prove the remaining also. So the opportunities are, now we have hydrogen mission, we have renewable economy, we have PLI scheme, and for lithium batteries already we have created one facility. Now we have to move towards the sodium ion batteries and metal air batteries also, because you have to cater to the requirements of consumer markets as well as the EV market. And the private sector participation, even though it is happening, it should be doubled or it should be multiplexed. Then clean energy and biojet fuel, again, as I said, IIP is doing, but all of us should really try to help them in a bigger way. I think under waste to wealth, their plastic to diesel is also getting some kind of an importance. Food and nutrition, as all of us know, malnutrition is the basic problem of the country. That is a challenge. Overnutrition and non-communicable diseases are also now going in a big way. Food accessibility and affordability is also becoming a challenge for a country like India, because in some places it is highly accessible and in some cases it is not affordable also. But for the opportunities, this is the International Year of Millet. Again, the good news is Millet Mission has been approved just 10 days back. So it's not a problem for CSIR now. So we are now introducing traditional foods also. Again, I wish to thank two laboratories. One is NIST Thiruvananthapuram. They came up with a kind of a catalog wherein they have beautifully narrated Indian map they decorated with the traditional food. And we are going to launch it during our society meeting. So, or maybe on 26th September during the foundation day, we'll be just launching it. It has come up so nicely. So, if at all you go through, you can understand the importance of traditional food. And the catalog of highly nutritional traditional foods has been indicated by the Honorable Prime Minister during the last society meeting, and we are almost completed with that exercise. During this society meeting, that catalog will also be launched. Then Industry 4.5, 4 or 4.0 or 5.0, I think now everybody is talking about AI, robotics, 3D printing, everything we are talking about. But to what extent we are considering automation, we are taking into consideration of all the A and ML. If you just consider yesterday's talk by Professor Balram, he just made all of us to understand one point. All the time we were creating data, all the time somebody was collecting the data, but nobody was analyzing the data. Now we are suddenly all of us are just coming up and telling that big data analytics and data is very important. Data is only now money, time is money, data is money. All these things we started telling now, but actually we were living with that only. So now this is the time, again thanks to 4PI Institute, they have taken up the lead role for the next upcoming AI and ML mission. So a lot of startups and entrepreneurs also are getting involved in that one. And the last one is ease of doing science. All the time the Honorable Prime Minister used to say that ease of doing science should be ensured in this particular country. Therefore, the science of India should have the global benchmark as the par, and this equity access to scientific information should also be there. As a part of that only now TKDL, it has been expanded and the license has been also expanded with that kind of a vision from the Honorable Prime Minister. And in some cases we still, even today, we have lack of guidance, because when we talk about ease of doing business and ease of doing science, yesterday he made all of us to understand what is the difference between discovery, invention and innovation. For innovation, he gave the example of malls and stores. So meaning is, it is taking a totally different shape, and how best innovation is leading to a success story, he made all of us to understand yesterday. I think this is high time we should recall all the words given by Professor Balram yesterday. But again, opportunities, I would say iSTEM is the opportunity, whatever it may be, in the name of discovery or invention or innovation. iSTEM, if you believe and if you start really thinking in that direction, you can really come up with a number of success stories. Extramural grant is also very, very high these days. I happened to talk to ICMR secretary. He said that they are having extramural grant to the tune of 700 crores. Only at that point of time, he told that CSIR can give a minimum of 5 samples for which he will do complete clinical trials, complete human clinical trials he himself has offered. And if you talk to the other secretary from MeitY, they also have a lot of money for making center of excellence several hundreds of crores. And if you talk to the secretary of MNRE, they have a lot of money in the name of National Hydrogen Mission. Therefore, money is not at all a point at this point of time. It is only extramural grant. And yesterday also I discussed with another forum wherein I think few calls from ministries are not taken care by CSIR family. Why? Because CSIR is always giving you more than enough fund whenever you are asking. Therefore, please do watch out. What are the different calls that are getting announced from each and every ministry? Please follow it up. Definitely you can make use of the extramural grants. The last point is, because I said 7 points, this is the 7th point, attracting and retaining talent. Biggest challenge these days, because starting from schools and colleges as well as research, everywhere different points are there. There is one catch point for all of you, non-uniformity in the retirement age. Somebody may ask, Madam, whether CSIR can do something. Yes, we also started making our requests to the next level. Let us see if at all we are able to get that one. But apart from the retirement age, because now we made the other level of Government of India also to understand that at the age of 30 only somebody is entering for research, and after 30 years he or she reaches 60, the age 60, almost the family responsibilities are over. 30 years you have really understood what research is, you have gained a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of expertise, and now you are feeling so healthy also, your energy level is also very high. So you are fully prepared to do something in the name of a payback. At that point of time, institute says that no, you are 60 and therefore you have to superannuate. Therefore, it should not happen, and the person should be given the opportunity to showcase and demonstrate his complete potential, because now he has no disturbance from the family side. He has no disturbance from the other end also, because he has gained a lot of clarity in mind for the scientific thought. Therefore, all these points we have also given, but don't depend upon only that points. Don't ask me, Madam, whether any follow-up is there. It has been already told. Let us hope for the best, but without waiting for that. Now, number of startup opportunities are there, entrepreneurship is there, consultancy is there, technical consultancy is there. So, everywhere we can really make use of our capabilities and our energy. And the last one is science festivals and outreach. In my opinion, that is very much needed for an organization like CSIR, just to justify and showcase our relevance to the society. Many a times, in the words of Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, many a times we ourselves pat on our shoulders and say that CSIR is doing A, CSIR is doing B, C, D, E. But if you just go to the society and ask someone, do you know CSIR? They will ask, what is that CSIR? So to what extent you are making the society to be aware of the fact that who you are and what you are doing and for whom are you doing? For whom are you doing all this research? Many a times that kind of clarity is not there. That's why Honorable Minister came up with the concept of 1 week, 1 lab, wherein you make the lab open for 1 week, you talk to industries, you talk to the state government authorities, you talk to the researchers and school children, you talk to startups, MSMEs and entrepreneurs, and make them understand that whatever work you do, it is nothing but it is just to meet out the requirements from the other end. So I think that kind of outreach is very much essential. Only then I think we will be able to have relevance and we may be able to retain the talent also in CSIR. So the last one is India and SDGs. Every activity is going on in a good way. India's development agenda is perfectly mirroring in SDGs. So the road ahead, if you just ask me, let us just take 7 years as the focus time. So this next 7 years, I already told you, whatever you do in these 7 years, it is going to be the fate of the country for the next 7 decades. So if at all we are not able to do more than enough justice in terms of science and technology during the next 7 years, I think definitely we are doing great injustice to the nation. Please understand this particular point. That's why Honorable Prime Minister very much cautiously with a foresighted vision, he says, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. Meaning is this is the right time. This is the exact time and we should make use of it. That's why 7 years is the time. Let us all get geared up. Let us just make our mind very open. Let us identify the critical issues. Let us identify the point on which I will dwell into in terms of my science and technology. And let us start believing this one, S&T is the best bet to achieve the sustainable development goals. And of course, mission-driven, focused research is already happening in CSIR. If at all you believe in yourself, if at all you believe in the strength of CSIR, if at all you believe that this is the time at which you can showcase your capabilities, I think we may be able to say. I wish to conclude my talk by telling only one thing. If you are an athlete, even though you get one prize, it never gets ended over there. So you have to beat your own record. And therefore, every day, morning and evening, you have to allot some time to get yourself prepared for that. Even if you are a model or a beautician or whomsoever it may be, every day at least you should go to the gym and you have to really take care of your health. And if at all you are a teacher, definitely every day you have to sit and read something. If you are a researcher, many a times we feel that the degree PhD is more than enough, the ultimate destination, PhD is there. So when you join CSIR, PhD, when you are retiring CSIR, you go with the same PhD, but of course knowledge is improved. But to what extent every day we allotted some amount of quality time to read, think, brainstorm, discuss, argue, listen and understand the modern science and technology. Friends, please take that as the message of Professor Atma Memorial Lecture. Every day, please read, write, talk, discuss, argue. I'm talking about only science, not anything else. So every day you find a platform and also you discuss, argue, learn, and finally you arrive at a conclusion. If not today, tomorrow you should understand. So this learning curve should really go up and up. If you are preparing your mind to do that exercise, I think days are not so far off. We will be able to fulfill not only the dreams of Professor Atmaram, but also the dreams of the country and its expectation in the global arena. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Is it fine?
I think all of you will agree, no one was looking other than the stage anywhere. It was so mesmerizing. And thanks for your lecture, which you not only you told about the achievements of the CSIR, but also the challenges ahead, which we scientists have to take care. And I take the responsibility in my area. We are there to get it. Few of the things which you said, we are already aligned. Most of the CSIR labs have aligned in the SDGs of the nation as well as global SDGs. In AIES, since you mentioned that, so I am answering it. We are always there in AIES, yes, in terms of their high temperature sensors right now, which is going on. That is in terms of the development of high temperature sensors for the embedded structure of the aeroplanes. This lab is working. Another is the carbon, silicon carbide, fiber-based composites for their nose applications. Like this affordable healthcare, though CGCRI is that people think only ceramics, glass, but we are based on ceramics. We are well known in terms of the bioimplants, where 13 technologies are in the market. Out of them, few are commercialized. Last year in June, we did of the one technology transfer, which you are going to hear just after some time about it. And that was about 43 lakhs we have given one technology transfer to surgery last year. So other than that, there are previously, it has been done about 12 has been already gone to, and few of them are in commercial. They are all our nearby hospitals, SSKM and other, they have approved them. After that only it has gone. Like this, many of the energy environment, energy already you know, I do not know whether you know in terms of water, and that we are very much into water. Beside the arsenic and all, that environment we are through membrane, ceramic membrane processes, textile sludge, CLRI, this leather sludge, and now yesterday Sriram was telling that bigger program is coming, we will get involved. Like this, as though outside people may not know, but we are into that in that as a ceramic. With these few words, I must tell you that we do this environment in every lab must be there, and this is a message to all of us, to all of you, to me, that we must think daily. We must add something. One more sentence I will add. What she has told, that you have to contribute to the lab by through your science and technology each and every day. Thank you very much, Dr. Kalai Selvi. Such an important lecture you gave today, and which was mesmerizing, frankly speaking. And since morning we are talking about soul, you did sell CSIR very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you once again. It is now time to felicitate our esteemed guests. May I now request our director, madam, Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra, to kindly felicitate our chief guest, Dr. Kalai Selvi, with our mark of appreciation, please.
Directors are becoming most disobedient directors. I already wrote to all of them that I will not accept anything, but they will say, this is the photo of my laboratory, this is my technology. Somehow they are trying to convince, but anyway you are disobeying.
May I also answer? This is a special lecture which has been instituted at CGCRI, and that way Atma Memorial Lecture has a very special place for CGCRI, and so you can't deny that. And and other things are, it's like you are a family member. We do give our family members gifts, so that there also there is no question of saying no. Thank you so much.
The stoneware flower vase that is being presented to our esteemed guest is a beautiful creation of one of our beneficiaries from the Outreach Center, Khurja, Uttar Pradesh. Each vase is meticulously hand-painted, then glazed and finally fired to perfection, showcasing the exceptional craftsmanship of the Khurja artisans. Requesting Madam once again to present our mark of appreciation to our guest of honor, Dr. Debashish Bhattacharya. Thank you all. We will now move on to the release of the CSIR-CGCRI. Yes, ma'am. We will now move on to the release of the CSIR-CGCRI Technology Compendium 2023 and the Annual Report 2022-23. The Technology Compendium contains a portfolio of the translatable technologies that are matured and available for license to industries. May I request our chief guest, Dr. Kalai Selvi, to formally release both the Technology Compendium and the Annual Report, please. Thank you all. We will now quickly move on to our next segment, the recognition of individual and divisional achievements for the past year. These recognitions were reintroduced in a new form from last year in 4 different categories that include Best Paper, Best Technology or Patent Filed, Best Employee, and the Best Supporting Division. The nominations under the Best Paper and Best Technology were reviewed and determined by external experts. I would request our chief guest, Dr. Kalai Selvi, to kindly give away the mementos and the certificates, ma'am. The Best Paper 2023 has been adjudged from among the SCI publications during the calendar year 2022 and is being given to the paper titled Sustainable Conversion of Textile Industry Cotton Waste into P-doped Biochar for Removal of Dyes from Textile Effluent and Valorization of Spent Biochar into Soil Conditioner towards Circular Economy. And may I now request the authors and the co-authors to kindly come up on the dais, please. The authors are Shushmita Kaur, Bhaskar Shatra, Shunil Kumar, Shourja Ghosh, and Shachha Mujumdar. The paper has been published in the journal Environmental Pollutions in 2022. This paper exemplifies a scientific achievement by showcasing a novel approach to address critical issues in waste management and environmental sustainability by indigenously converting post-industrial cotton textile waste into biochar through slow pyrolysis. This biochar demonstrating exceptional absorption capabilities for a range of model dye pollutants. Moreover, the study's emphasis on recycling the spent biochar as a precursor for biocompost underscores its commitment to a closed-loop approach. Thank you all. The next category is the Best Technology for 2023 and is being given away to the most significant technology during the period April 2022 to March 2023. I would request Dr. Vamsi Krishna Balla, Dr. Bishwanath Kundu, Dr. S. Gangadharan, Dr. Pradyut Datto, and Mr. Pradeep Kumar Patro to come up on the stage as we acknowledge your achievement on the development of ZTA-based ceramic articulating components for total hip replacement. This breakthrough technology represents a remarkable advancement in the field of articulating ceramic implant manufacturing. It offers high fracture toughness and reduced friction, thus having excellent implant durability. It is an outstanding contribution to healthcare industry and has a lasting impact on the lives of patients worldwide. Thank you. The Best Employee and the Best Support Division for 2023 are also being given away for the period April 2022 to March 2023. This year, the recognition for the Best Employee is bestowed jointly to Mr. Anjani Kumar Pandey and Mr. Ashim Kumar Jha. Mr. Pandey, our Stores and Purchase Officer, has consistently displayed exemplary dedication to the organization. His relentless pursuit of excellence in the management of procurement processes, OB removal process, have resulted in substantial cost savings and enhanced our operational efficiency. Mr. Pandey's tireless efforts to identify and remove organizational bottlenecks have streamlined our workflow, resulting in a more agile and responsive organization. Mr. Ashim Jha is not present today. So our COFA, Mr. Duryodhan Seti, will be receiving the recognition on his behalf. Mr. Ashim Kumar Jha, our Finance and Accounts Officer, is an example of financial acumen and dedication. His unwavering commitment to financial integrity and exceptional proficiency in managing our financial affairs. Continuous communication with CSIR headquarters have ensured the fiscal health of our institute. This year, General Administration Division has been recognized as the best division for its firm commitment, exceptional efficiency, and outstanding contribution to our organization's smooth functioning. I would request Mr. Siddhartha De to kindly. I would request Mr. Siddhartha De to accept the recognition on the entire division's behalf. The tireless efforts of this division and ability to manage a wide array of administrative tasks with perfection have set a high standard for all of us. Congratulations to all. Thank you, ma'am. It is now time to acknowledge the efforts of those who have provided their support to make this program successful. And to do the honor, I would like to invite Mr. Siddhartha De, our administrative officer, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Debashri ma'am. Respected chief guests for the day, Dr. Kalai Salvi, DG, Dr. Debashish Bhattacharya, our honored guest, Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra, our director, Mr. Sitendu Mandal, our honored invitees, past directors, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to you. For the last 5 days, actually, it was like a carnival here at CGCRI. It kind of resembled the kind of celebrations that we have during Durga Puja. It's a 5-day festival. And today, as we come in the final phase of it, the mood is somewhat somber, I must say, but there's no reason to be because it's only the beginning of a wonderful journey ahead of us. I would particularly like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Kalai Salvi, for joining us today and delivering the Atma Memorial Lecture. Ma'am, you are extremely busy, as we all know, and yet we have been extremely fortunate to have you twice this year. So thanks for your blessings and thanks for coming and encouraging all of us. Your lecture in particular was absolutely wonderful, and it kind of has given us a pathway for the next 7 years, where we are going to land up after 7 years. I hope we all follow that direction and end up successful. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming. Dr. Debashish Bhattacharya has been here during our curtain raiser program as well, and he kind of set the tone towards these events. And it's wonderful to have him again today and inspiring all of us. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your support and all your acknowledgements as well. Thanks a lot. And I don't know how to thank our very own leader, Dr. Suman Kumari Mishra. She has been a leader in the true sense, and she has taken care of all very minute things, minute details, not for the last 5 days, but I think for the last so many months since we have been planning to organize this program. It was wonderful, ma'am, wonderful working, and coming up successfully at the end of it, it's a good feeling. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And when we started planning this program, there was a core committee was constituted, and it was chaired by Mr. Sitendu Mandal. And as we all know how Mr. Sitendu Mandal is, he has been a kind of a inspiring source of energy for all of us. And he has, I think, spent lots of sleepless nights as well in trying to organize these programs. And ultimately, since we have done it smoothly, I believe, big thanks for Mr. Sitendu Mandal.
I must also record my thanks to all our invited guests here from the other labs, particularly Dr. Arun Bandyopadhyay. I must thank him because whenever, it's actually a blessing to have another sister lab just across the road. Because whenever we need something and we are short of it, we can always look upon him. And he is always there to give it to us. Thanks a lot for your support, sir. May I also thank Dr. Srivastava for coming here and accepting an invitation and being present here today. Dr. Ranjan Sen has been wonderful, and the dignitaries from NCSM, their help, as Madam has also acknowledged, in setting up our archives has been wonderful. Thank you all, sir. Thank you all very much. We also have amongst us Dr. Maiti. He, of course, we all know, we worked directly under him, most of us, and he has been a father figure for CGCRI. He has mentored us, helped us in so many ways, and even today, whenever we need his help, his support, his advice, he's always there for us. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming and joining today also. Thank you very much. May I also thank all the other members. It's very difficult to, name each and every one because, to organize a program of this magnitude, it requires a lot of participation, a lot of efforts, spontaneous efforts, and a lot of voluntary work. People from all across all the divisions, both scientific, technical, as well as from administration and other support divisions have been doing a wonderful job day in and day out. I must thank each and everyone. Particular thanks to our engineering division, our instrumentation division for actually organizing all these events. And of course, other logistic divisions, like a transport division, the people who have been organizing the food and other stuff. A very big thank you to all of you. I just cannot name each and every one individually, but a collective thanks to all the members of CGCRI and for all of you for coming here and making this event a success. Thank you. I apologize. I missed one gentleman whom I should actually acknowledge as well, Dr. Muralidharan. Because you are just behind us, we are missing you time and again. But thank you very much, sir. You are always here whenever we need you, even online. Thank you very much.
With this, we come to the end of today's ceremony. I would request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
So thank you all. Before we disperse, a couple of announcements.
Sorry, before we disperse, now we are coming to conclude session. In between, I have come. One thing, morning I forgot to tell you that this archive and museum, which is going to open to public, as I am told, this is the first ceramic museum in India. So this is also that way very important day for us. It was actually advised by my Devasis Bandyopadhyay, who is the lead of this setting of museum along with us and Dr. Venkat. So this, and I will say that after she announces, we will be going towards opening the museum. I request all my invitees, guests of today, and HODs, please join there. And the rest of the people, maybe after some time you can go so that that place is not crowded. Thank you.
Dr. Murli, thanks a lot. Good to see you. You are unmute. Good to see you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can hear you. Thank you very much.
Even today, you are the background supporter because you are seen at the background. Thank you so much.
I'm always with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the very best.
I would quickly request all the HODs of the R&D divisions as well as the admin wing to come up on the dais for a group photograph, please. Yes, yeah, I'm extremely sorry. The invitees also, Dr. Maite, Dr. Arun Bandyopadhyay, Dr. Samarendra Kumar, and all others, please. Dr. Ranjan Shen. I think some can.
Good job done. Thank you. Thank you, Ji. Thank you.